Hi everyone, it's Helen McConnell here from helenmcconnell.com. Welcome to my Tapping Through the Chakra series, Balancing Your Chakras Using Tapping. This is chakra number 3, the solar plexus chakra. I want you to think about your solar plexus, where it's located. It's right up here under your rib cage. And the solar plexus chakra encompasses this whole area here between your rib cage and your navel. And I want you to imagine a circular thing of energy going around in this area here, right around your chakra. First, I want to tell you there is a purpose for this chakra, and its purpose is transformation. I also think about personal power being located here in the chakra area, the third chakra area, right under your solar plexus. I've always felt that, like, when somebody disempowers us, or, especially when we're small, there's this kind of shrinking feeling in that third chakra area. And when we're young, which is when most of this wounding occurs, oftentimes there's a lot of shame involved, especially around this third chakra area. Shame and the third chakra are related. And oftentimes that comes from a parent or parental figure belittling us for being vibrant and alive. Because if our parent, and this is not blaming anybody, this happens mostly unconsciously, even if it's conscious, no, people don't understand it or they wouldn't do it. If our parents were authoritarian and feeling the need to control their children to make their lives easier, they might try to keep the child or children kind of under their thumb to keep things under control. Now, I'm not saying that's okay, but if it happened, it happened, and now we get to heal. We get to heal the wounding and balance the third chakra. Yellow is the color associated with the third chakra. I happen to have a yellow tourmaline. Also, amber is a great stone for the third chakra, and there are many others. Just look for yellowish colored stones. They tend to absorb the energy of the out of balance chakra. So it's great to hold one of these while you're doing the tapping that I'm going to show you here. Shaming is a big part of the wounding of the third chakra. Trauma, volatile situations, authoritarianism, domination of will. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier, about parents dominating their children's or their child's will, trying to keep them under control. These are some of the ways that the third chakra becomes wounded. And if we don't heal it, we will do this thing that I always say: if we don't complete an emotion from a childhood experience, we will repeat it. If we don't complete it, we will repeat it. And we wonder why we live in patterns. And this is why. When we heal and balance these chakras, things that happen in these areas begin to change. If the energy of your third chakra is deficient, you might feel low energy, weak-willed, easily manipulated. Just listen for some of these phrases. Poor self-discipline and follow-through. I know that I certainly have suffered from a lot of these things in my life. Low self-esteem, cold emotionally and sometimes physically, poor digestion, collapsed middle physically collapsed. Attraction to stimulation, needing a lot of stimulation just to feel sort of normal. So I want to let you know that it's not instinctual to curtail our own expansion, our expression. That's not natural. It is something we learn early on. So if you've had to do that throughout your life, it's time to heal and begin to allow your expansion again. No matter what age you are, you can begin this. So some of the symptoms of third chakra wounding and deficiency are eating disorders, digestive problems, anxiety, hypoglycemia, and depression. So if you suffer from any of those things, this may begin to help. This does not replace medical treatment. This is just a way to energetically begin to balance each of your chakras. If you go through this series, and I do encourage you to go through all of them, whether you think they apply to you or not, you can begin to balance at the energetic level the things that may be showing up at the physical level. In our culture today, stress and busyness is often worn as a badge of honor, and they're an indication of a third chakra out of balance. So if you know someone, or if you are really stressed and really, really busy, That's often a third chakra issue. And I know that over the years, as I've begun to balance my chakras more and more, that a lot of that desire for busyness has left me. I used to be so proud of being busy all the time. Some of the vows and beliefs of the third chakra, I vow not to have power, so we become submissive, or we become the opposite, which is a tyrant, or we swing between the two, being submissive and tyrant, submissive and tyrant. You probably know people like that. And when we swing from one extreme to the other, we miss the balance point, which is I own my own personal power. And that's what we're going to be working on today. As we do this tapping for the balancing of the third chakra, you're going to hear in the tapping scripts some of the symptoms, some of the causes, and there may be other things that you just sense into that took place right in this area. I think it's a really powerful tool to begin to access and balance each of our chakras, going through the layers. I think it's important to note that the difference between true authority, when I get my personal power, and controlling for authority are huge. Controlling for authority means squashing others so that I can feel better, whereas owning my own personal power and standing in it and speaking my truth, I don't have to squash anybody. It's not necessary. If that's not what's happening in your life right now, this is a great chakra to begin to balance, to begin to find your personal power and stand in that place. So as we tap, I want you to focus on that physical location that I pointed out down here under your rib cage, above your navel. Imagine a circle, if you will, of energy, and when it's in balance, it moves smoothly. It actually moves out, extending out past our physical body, but it also goes in our physical body, all the way around the core, out in a circle this way. Right, so I want you to tap on the karate chop point and repeat after me. And I'm holding that stone just as a reminder, your yellow stone, but it's not required that you hold the stone. It's just kind of an added benefit, okay? Even though I've experienced many events, and you go ahead and say that have wreaked havoc on my physical and energetic systems, I love and accept myself and my energetic body. Even though many of these events happened when I was too young to realize what was going on, I love and accept myself, and I forgive myself and anyone else involved. And we're still tapping on the side of the hand. This is kind of a long introductory statement. Even though I've been operating from false beliefs, from trauma, and third chakra wounds, I love and accept myself, and I choose now to return to wholeness and balance. Even just saying that is really powerful. Okay, so now we're going to start tapping around the points. Just follow along, do the best you can. I'll try to leave enough time for you to repeat. Top of the head. Despite events that have come before. On the eyebrow. I reclaim my innate right to be the authority in my life. Now that may trigger some stuff for some of you. Just keep tapping. Tap around. In this body, in this lifetime, on this earth, under the eye, I no longer give my authority over to others. Under the nose, I no longer allow my will to be dominated. And I want to make a little side note. I want you to take full responsibility for your own well-being. Don't do anything that endangers yourself at this point. On the chin, I can make my own choices and feel good about them. Collarbone. And although I may have been abused or shamed, under the arm, I no longer have to abuse or shame others. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the top of the head. I forgive myself for allowing myself to be suppressed. I was too young to know better. Inner eyebrow. I reclaim my innate right to have personal power. Side of the eye. I am free to enjoy my life-affirming feelings. Just notice what begins to happen as we say these words and tap. Just notice in your body. Under the eye. I no longer have to settle for less than I deserve. Under the nose. I can heal from eating disorders. On the chin. And digestive problems. Collarbone. I choose to restore balance of the third chakra. Now just take a nice deep breath in and out. You can repeat this as many times as you want until you feel settled. Some people feel instant relief and release. That's great. Other people, it stirs stuff up. And that's okay too, but keep tapping. If you're stirred up, keep tapping until it settles back down. Because in that way, if you tap when you're stirred up and it settles back down, usually a lot of it has dissipated and left you. And that's the ideal situation. And maybe you have feelings or emotions or images or memories that come up. Be sure and write them down. You can do some separate tapping on that, or you can work with a professional to help you through some of the more difficult things. If you have abuse or trauma, other types of trauma from your childhood, I never recommend you doing that on your own. And the biggest reason for that is because all of us have a subconscious mind that really wants to keep us safe and really doesn't want us to go to those places. And so sometimes we'll get there to a place from the past and we find it difficult to finish, to get out of it. And that's why it's good to have someone who knows what they're doing to guide us. Don't have a family member do it for you, with you. Get someone else to help you with the deeply traumatic things. And also, if some of those memories do come up and you find yourself agitated or in a state of maybe dissociation or whatever your reaction is to those memories, if that happens sort of accidentally, keep tapping, okay? Just keep tapping until you bring yourself back to the present moment and you're feeling calm again. Try not to react. Try not to go out and act from that place. Do the best you can. If you have found this helpful and would like to learn more about chakra balancing, please subscribe to my channel. You'll get a notification when the next one comes up. You can go to my YouTube channel and find all the chakra tapping videos. 1, 2, and 3 are now posted. And there are detailed instructions there. And I really want you to begin to feel better. My name's Helen McConnell from helenmcconnell.com. I'm the compassionate warrior and I want to help you. Here's to your well-being.